Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Yeah. None of my cash can flow, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can flow, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Stepping like Marty McFly, stepping I feel like the guy. I get them looking like why, I never doubted me why, I never doubted my guys. You know you in it for win, I stand on 10, you on 10. I don't have friends of a friend, only the fan of the kin. Only my wife and my kids, that's all I needed to win. Now I only trust my true friends, had to cut off my loose ends. You know I win if you win, you know you win if I win. I swipe that cash, don't fold, I swipe my bank on gold. Don't think that I've been dumb, I spend like I've been broke. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Living my truth, no tricks. I'm just trying to feed my kids. I'm just trying to keep my way. I'm just trying to live my life while we get rich. Mind my biz. Money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, not a one and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone CoinEx, so I can't stop. I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said was you. Turn that, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same place. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna need these calories.
Check, check.
Me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no way to dream.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
Sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can
Check.
do.
Check, check. Test, test. Check. That looks good. Here we go. Three, 2, 1.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to the daytime version of Late Night Charts with Road Crypto Charts. My name is Lane, and what we do is take a quick look at this market during the daytime shows. Mostly going to focus on altcoins today. Topic today is the AI sector that is booming off. A few other little hot coins worth looking at. Some of these we've already looked at, built positions on. We're looking at places to maybe peel out a little bit of profit now. That's the name of the game. A lot of people are starting to see things pump up, and they're like, ooh, I need to get in now. Sadly, they will be the people that feel our money bags as we take a little bit of profit. Just a little. You got to take a little when the things are up. That's how you do this, people. I know these long-term bags, they still got more rooms to go. That's why we're not selling them all. No. Guys, some people get out of their positions too early. I saw one person talking earlier today about getting out of FET. Got out, well, just way too early. Ended up jumping back in, and they're down now. It wasn't the smartest move, I personally don't think. Why, instead of just selling your whole bag, why not do it in sections? 10%, 10%, 20%, however percent you want to do. You're not selling it, and you get to ride it up and keep pulling out until the trend turns, rather than just selling all at one profit target. Just my thoughts, just something that I've started doing more actively, which has really made a huge difference. Looking at Bitcoin today, always gotta take a look at Bitcoin. We'll just spend just a few minutes here. I'm here on the 1 hour. It looks a little suspect, honestly. We got this nice little trend line here that I've been following. It's not the greatest, but it's what we got that we're working with, and we broke it. It's a secondary trend line, not too major, but it is something. When we take this trend line, copy it, and pull it up here, we can see that we're in a channel. We had a chance to bounce and go up higher, 55,000, something like that, if it stayed within the confines of the channel, but it hasn't. It hasn't. It's broken to the downside of the channel. Now, if we lose this channel, we've got a fairly good chance to come back here to the target that I keep referring back to. About 48,700-ish. It's a 618 Fibonacci pull from the big old move. We take the swing high to swing low all the way down here. Tells us where price wants to go. You like that? And we broke above it, man. I was expecting us to get rejected. We wicked it up to that area, got rejected, came back up. I expected it to do it like an M-type top or something. Even though that was a big wick, lots of sell pressure, it would lead us to, logically confirm that. However, Ichimoku Cloud was saying, nah, baby, there's something else going on. Because Ichimoku Cloud's not right up here next to price saying, come on, baby, I'm getting ready to take you down. It's way far from price saying, I can't catch you yet. Meaning, maybe we still got some more upside according to Ichimoku Cloud. I'm just throwing that out there. It's on a much bigger time scale. This is the weekly time scale, okay? So, you know, it may look scary right now, but in the gist of things, this is the weekly MACD. The weekly MACD has done what I lovingly like to call duck lips. Quack, quack. It's a good sign, people. It's a strong sign for another move up in Bitcoin. We just got to wait and be patient for it while we go through the rises and valleys. And I think over the weekend, it's looked like we're setting up for a little bit of a valley because weekend trading does not quite yet have retail traders here. Oh, I've got to check that. Making sure my screens are over here. All right, so, and where are you at now? Okay, I'm on the 4 hour. Right. Okay, so the weekly looks great, man. The daily for Bitcoin, well, you know, she's in the red just a little bit. She's breaking down our 9 moving average right here, if you can see that. So we broke this trend line, and it doesn't make sense on the daily. It doesn't fit with the daily. It only fits with the smaller time frame. That's why we're not putting too much weight on it. But it does have a measure move. Measure move takes us back down to the 618 Fibonacci area. 21 moving average on the daily is working its way up there. Expect it to be up there by the weekend. And price starts slowly working its way down here. And then we should get a bounce after we test this area. Make sure, hey man, let's make sure that this is solid. This was a big area. We got to test it. And then we can work on going up. But the ride down, well, it's going to bring altcoins down with it more than likely. This is where we kind of come over to our indices. Although, you know, maybe I'll stand corrected. Maybe we'll start seeing some retail come in this weekend. I don't know. It's still early to tell. It's Thursday. I'm looking here at the total 3. This is where I gauge this kind of sentiment. We're doing pretty good on this, starting to move up. So that's a good sign for altcoins. Right over to the top left over here is Bitcoin dominance. And these are the 4 hour charts. All these are. And you can see we got rejected off this trend line coming down. That's usually a great sign. If Bitcoin dominance is coming down, that generally is good for altcoins. So might be interesting this weekend. AI narrative may be continuing to go up, and we probably need to talk about that and plan on how to take advantage of it. Because if you've been with me, we've been in early, man. I've been in AGIX since 5 cents. 5 cents. And it's been a long time for it to reach 72. But it finally has. And let's talk about that today. AGIX finally moving something. Man, she was getting on my nerves. She about wore me out. I was like, man, maybe I need to move to faster horses. And that's the psychology of this market. Even if you've been here for a while, it'll still play on you. It still plays on you. You just got to slow down your reaction to that. That's key. Because they will tire you out, and then as soon as you sell, boom, and there she goes. Blasted through all my targets here that we looked at for AGIX. I'm pretty much going to have to start this chart all over again. I'm just waiting for it to hit this little area up here at 77 cents. Can it go above there? Of course it can. Will it? I'm not foreseeing it. It might spike up a little bit above there. I'm expecting a rejection here. It just kind of makes sense. So all these targets have been hit. And if you got into AGIX, like I like to buy on the bottoms of the trend lines, that's where I like to get ins. But I've been in this one for quite a while. It came up to 57, then it rode it back down to 18. Do you want to ride that back down again? Because, you know, we reach a top, we're going to come back and make a higher low. So as long as we make a low higher than 25 cents, but think about riding from 70 down to 38 cents again. Is that going to be fun for you? It's not going to be fun for me. It's giving me a great chance to solidify my moon bag. I'm just trying to talk myself out of taking too much out of that moon bag. That's what I'm fighting with right now. So I've got a little bit over on MexC and layered all the way up. Just a little. I think I'm up to about 80 cents. Some of those targets may not get hit, but I'm just peeling some out as I go with this big, giant green candles that have been going for this past week. Look at this weekly candle, man. Boom. Awesome. Am I going to be sour if it doesn't hit 77 cents? No, but I still think it can because that's a very key level. We also did these lines here. This is just the trend line. I like to look at the angles to the dangles, line those up. Those can give you some ideas. We need to lengthen this one out just a little bit. Now pull this guy up here to the very, well, look at that. Could we? I'm going to step out on the ledge and say 87 cents might be on the radar. Going to have to restructure some of my exit strategies there and put just a little bit more. Ooh, I did something. Keep that angle. Lock her in. So this is a little unorthodox way of doing this, but we have no price history, right? So we use every little trick in the book that we can. I'm going to erase all these other things because, hey, maybe they have already been hit. I've been hit. Don't needs it. Although these may be some pullback levels if we leave these up here. Just throwing that out there. Price bounces back and forth on the places that it was before. If I had to look for a place to try to get into AGIX, I would be looking at a pullback to this area about 51 cents. Looks juicy to me. If you see that, that might be a good place to think about getting in if you see a bounce off of that. Otherwise, she could be coming all the way back down. It sounds crazy to that area, or more than likely bouncing off this area about 38 cents. Those are some places that we might actually see it come back to. It'll be a while, people. It's still got to tire out. Let's just go ahead and get rid of these. Oops, keep that. Oh, don't move that. Move it back. Put you here. What was that, 77? All right. So we got those ideas, right? Clean up this chart just a little bit. I'm going to speed up if we're going to go through all the coins I've got. I won't spend as much time on them. But this is the little trick that I do here. That was a 127. We're coming up to the 1414. I think we hit the 1382. These are just fib areas that they're my little extensions that I like to look at. And there's one that's missing here, and that's what we touched. So all of these can be reversal areas. Notice, however, this 886, this 86 cents area, 87 cents, comes in with the 1618 Fibonacci area. Now that we're in line still to hit that, and we got some confidence with our trend line. So I got a couple of things pointing toward that. And that's why I'm leaning more toward that area. I'm gonna go ahead and move this to that fib area. It's 86,164 technically, what I've got here on where I'm at Binance. This will vary depending on what exchange that you are and things like that. But I like that 1618 fib as she may do it. And if she doesn't, cool. I'll take my profits and we'll layer in as she comes back, build this bag higher and catch it on the next big pump, which may be 9 months away from, who knows? I don't know. This is based on all the AI stuff that is going on in the real systems where it's not crypto. We just get the effects of the pumps. Will it last? It didn't last the last time. She came down big time. I'm just saying, will she do that again? If she does, I don't want to be in on it. That's a 72% drop. Does that sound like fun? Even coming down, say look, we do come up here just to this target and we drop back down to 50%. That's 33% drop. Down to 38%, that's 50% drop. You gotta start playing yourselves. Pulling that capital out. Let's phrase it that way. At least pull your capital out at your earliest convenience. FET is also doing pretty awesome. We'll take a look at that one, but first we're going to give a shout out to the chat. I saw Dave P in here earlier. How's it going? That's not chat. You're not chat. Excuse me while I have boomer difficulties here. You look like chat. Oh, thank God I got sound. I can't tell you how nerve-wracking it is for me to find out that I forgot to turn on my microphone, because I hear myself fine and I just got to make sure buttons are pushed. Not the greatest at that. 2 shows in a row where I did that for a long time. Strega, we got Strega in the house. It's lunchtime. All righty. Strega. I'll get one for you, Dave P. I'm trying to get some little representation for all my admins here, or moderators here. Javed, how's it going, Javed? We got Sam. What's up, people? Hope you guys are enjoying the market, seeing those bags pump, paying yourself a little at a time, keeping those big bags for the bigger moves. You don't want to sell out all too early, because that sucks. So we're looking at FET. I still got a target at 133, believe it or not. Let's okay, we've got a breakout. Let's tighten it up a little bit. So I got a measure moving. Yeah, basically you're still right around there. 132, just a little shy of 133. Paint him blue because he's a measured move target. That target is from this channel we were in, just purely that channel, saying that, hey baby, might be heading up there. I also got 148, 167. Could happen. But check this out. We might be heading close to $2 if it has enough strength to come to the top of this trend line. Now, it may not. It may peter out up here around these areas. These are some great turnaround areas for it to peter out at. So let's see what I got to define these a little bit better. 148. Whoops. Move you back. Lock it in so you won't do that again. Trying to grab these price levels. 167, 153, 130. Oh, I already got we up there. About 132 is what I'm looking for next. We already hit 119. I know, it's crazy how that happens. It's right where we are right now. That's a blue line. It's a measured move. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. How that stuff just works. I hear some people say that they hear people say that TA is just a bunch of crap. I've never heard anybody say that. I've never even thought that. I always wondered when I'd see people do it, I'm like, how do you even know? How do you know when it's going up and going down? That was the biggest thing before I learned TA's, like, how do you know when it's going to pivot, when it's going to go up or go down? Where? I don't get it. I don't see how that's even humanly possible. But I saw people doing it. I saw it working for them. And I said, I want me some of that. And one thing led to another, and now I'm here just showing everything that I've learned that's changed my life and helped me to actually go from zero to hero, from loser to a winner in this game. Because, man, for years I'm sitting here like, there are people I know that they're making a living doing this. I hear about it. I don't understand how they're always buying low and selling high. How are they doing it? Now we know. And now I'm showing you all the little tricks that I've learned over these past few years. Free of charge. Because I'm an open source kind of guy. ORAI, man. Remember this one? Mm-hmm. Big on this little baby. Oh, she came out hot and heavy. I remember she was up around $8, $9. She was up higher. Look how high this guy went. $94. This was what, March 2021. I didn't even know about it then. I had no clue about it. I think I first learned about it when it was over here about $8. It came down up to $8 something. I think it got listed on KuCoin around that time. She came all the way down to $1.73, and look, now we're back at those juicy little targets at $9. Pretty sweet. All right, so I was looking at this trend line. It's valid. I drew this trend line from wick to wick, and notice how well that one has held up. Bounced up above it, came back, retested right off of that little guy. We're going to make him a solid line because he deserves it now. Blow him up real big there so I can seize him. Now we are bouncing off this trend line. Last time I think we looked at it, it was about 681 somewhere through here. We're wondering, you going to break through, come to the downside, 382, 579. That did not happen, and I'm cool with that. Bounced off this trend line, and now we're moving to the upside. So the first thing I want to do is take this line that I've got, bring it up here where I've got 2 points, and that gives us an immediate target where we will come into some resistance. Possibly right up above it, and we could, it's not exact because the candles will move over, but we can get a good estimation that we're coming up around 1080, 1085-ish. All right. Then we've also got this target up here, Fibonacci area. 1169. I believe that's my magical 127 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, maybe not. But we also have a much bigger move, $15.94. That's a measured move from the pattern that we're in. Technically now, since it is verified that this one is correct, that measured move says $23. That's going balls to the wall, baby. Balls to the wall. we see that we got the mechanics here for the TA that will suggest that this coin has a good possibility of reaching around the $23 area. Amazing. Seems crazy until that one day. Hot damn, we're $23. I know, $9 seemed like that a while back when we were like $1 to $2. Like, until that one day we hit $9, and here we are. Chain, I've got it mostly staking and mostly in DeFi, so I'm not actually actively trading this one. I'm just waiting for these juicy prices to hit or I make a bigger move. ROCKNG's worth taking a look at today. Because baby, she's on fire. She's on fire. That coin is on fire. Look at the gains on this little guy. From the bottom of this pattern, we're eyeballing that little guy. Where you at now? 151% gains. Got up to almost 200% gains there. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We got to pull a fib just to see what level it hit. You think it was a 618? Looks like a 618. Spow! What the hell? You hit a 0.2? You went past the 618. You went to the zeros? Oh. See how beautiful that line hit from this pivot pole? That's bullish as all get out in my personal opinion, because I ain't been seeing that. She broke out of her pattern here. We were being conservative. I mean, I guess technically, and we followed this wick over here because it hit, so it just made sense to carry our lines in there. She broke to the outside of it. This is a bearish pattern. We just broke to the outside of it. It's a very wide pattern. Now, it does not necessarily meet the full potential of this measure move. A lot of times it's just about halfway. So I'm going to knock this down halfway for a target, which is close to the target we had before. But the full move, which can be hit if we're doing a parabolic move, which is going to be a strong move to the upside. If this area holds, it's likely to just blast through 148, 154 and be more of 189, and it still might even go higher than that. So looking extremely freaking bullish to me right now for ROCKNG. This one I FOMO'd into here on the live stream when it was about 13 cents. Of course, I got burned because I ended up paying more because I did on Uniswap, and I think I paid around 18 cents a coin. Felt like crap at the time, but it don't feel like crap now. I wish I'd... That experience probably kept me from doing it another time, jumping in again. I wish I had the bigger bag, but it's a growing bag now. 10x from where I was getting, oh, not yet, but getting close to 10x. Yeah, actually. Well, not from the actual price I got in, but where it was supposed to have been. It's made money. It's made a move, ROCKNG, and it will continue to make moves, especially if it holds this area and starts moving to the upside. Some signs on here saying that it will, but man, but she's got to come down after that. So that's a risky move, but there is a possibility if she can hold $1.22, not break into this pattern, we might be there. We can also do this, kind of respect this other little trend line. Now that spells out kind of a top story right there, right? It's a good idea that we always change our information and what new information is coming, so we won't get locked into a bias. Because if I stayed there where I was, because it just looks too easy for you to be doing this bullish move. It just does. Even though you know you got resistance here, it looks very valid, but you know, we looked over this wick. We don't want to do that, so that's what we're doing. We're double checking that, and that kind of lines us up right here with where we are. This could be the reversal point at 149. That was our original measure move, which did get hit, which I think deserves a little bit of applause. Because that's 160% gains. And I have to do this because I don't know. It's what you get behind on YouTube and all this stuff if you don't do it. So we gotta make a little thingy thing for it. I just don't. Where are you, text? Here we are. What was this little guy? Where'd you come from? So I don't know that it will hit these higher targets. Just seeing this trend line, it should get rejected there. It may not, but it already has got rejected there once. So in all of our moving averages here on the day, they're kind of lower. 9 moving average is down at 92 cents. Looking for a retest area. This one looks juicy to me. Right there at 78 cents. Could be a nice little buy area. Clean up this chart just a little bit. But getting in down here, and that's exactly where I get in, is on the bottoms up here. And when I put these things out, 159% gains. Gains. Take a picture. I guess one of these days I'll do something special with this. Where are you at? I need an arrow. I need something. Here, go with this one. All right, let's take a little picture. Let's just get the image. We go over to our Telegram group, which is free, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that, but because it's a maze to get around. There's a couple. One, there's the lounge where all the cool kids hang out, and we have the new bot, or the CoinTrendz bot, which does AI analysis on the chart that you post. It does all kinds of technical analysis for you, help you learn it, help you just kind of take a shortcut if that's what you want to do. I don't recommend it. So just updated that today, renewed that. It's the pro version, free for you guys to use and learn. Also, chart room is where all the cool stuff is at, and that's where we go to the vanity wall, and that's where I'm putting this. Got some people posting some gains over there. I loves it. Post your gains over there. That's what it's there for. It's your vanity wall, not just mine. I get bored putting my stuff over there. Put your winning trades over there. And then I've got a trade setup place for you to post trades if you want to do that. I'm trying to build a community here of people who help people and just kind of, do some stuff. Gains. Can't even spell it. ROCKNG. And I ain't selling this one. I'm still holding this one. I put in 0.1 ETH, and I'm up considerably. So my position's not big enough for me to really feel comfortable just quite yet. I think this one has some things to do. I might look at it later and see if I need to pull some profit over here. It's probably a smart idea since I'm preaching that, and we're at a toppy top. I'll have to look at that in a minute. It's a smart thing to do, Road Dog. So, you all right? I can take out just my capital. That's all I need to do. My 0.1 ETH. Just take out my 0.1 ETH and I'm good. Let it ride. Oh, we got One Hitter Quitter in the chat. How's it going, One Hitter Quitter? Striker says, wow, that's wild. I got like 5 commercials. Really? I don't have it on aggressive or anything. It's just on this little normal thing. But there's some kind of way that I can... Oh, it's up here. There's a way that I could make them go right now if I wanted to. I don't ever play with that. I never think about that kind of stuff. Of course, I don't see it, but you guys do. Sorry if it's annoying. It's how I make my $400 a year on YouTube. Did we look at AGIX? I thought we did. I'm pretty sure we started out with that, right? Come on. There's not lots to go through. Yeah, we did. Okay, we already looked at AGIX, which is doing it. Still looking for 77. Yeah, okay. To 88. We got new information about 88.6 might be coming into play on that one. AIOZ, did we look at that one? Don't you remember what the hell you just looked at? No, I really don't. Looky there, folks. Isn't that crazy how a measure move just got hit? But Road Dog, it went past it. Shut up. Shut up. They are a zone. Came up here, got rejected. Now we're at 27. So 30 cent got hit. That was a little delayed. She still looks really strong, though. All right, so AIOZ doing very, very well. We're on the daily. Look at this little area up here, 38 cents. That's a very likely target. Got another target, 48 cents. Right now, we just need to clean all this stuff off. But not before. I know, we gotta take another picture. How much gains did we get from the breakout here? 103% possible gains. It seems so crazy. Gains. Maybe I should take screenshots of that. That'd be a lot easier for me to do that than what I'm trying to do now. Work smarter, not harder. This little guy is going to confuse me. We need to get him out of there. Okay, so we got... I still didn't do it then. Man, you need to be like huge. La 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 la. We done, I swear. Man, my analytics are not working. I can't tell how many people are here or anything. That's weird. All right, we're taking another picture. I think I'll just go back on YouTube and just screen thing it. I think I'm going to do that from now on. That way we can save more time here and it'll look stupid and crazy just the way I want it to look like. I don't have to post myself in there or nothing. All right, this is AIOZ. AIOZ. That's Moonbag. Take your capital out. Now you got a free AIOZ bag that, who knows, could 10x from here. You've got no risk in it anymore. Take your capital out, wait for a pullback. Moonbag this little baby again. Or whatever. Just an option. It's a pretty cool way to do it. I'm just throwing it out there. It's a pretty good little system to do. And especially if you like collecting all these coins. Like a degen. Embrace your degen. All right, so where are we coming back to? Let's get off to the real stuff. Yep. So AIOZ, a good juicy place to catch this one when it retraces because it will. Look, 618 comes right over here to this horizontal support resistance area. 0.5 Fibonacci comes ironically right over to this area, which was the toppy top. Those are the two best areas to put some limit orders in. I would taper them. Smaller orders here, bigger orders here, even a bigger one here at the 786 because hey, it might get hit. There is a certain percentage that price will come back and retest the breakout area. Few people talk about that. And so I don't know. I see people freak out. Oh no, they're going down. We lost it. And it comes down for a retest and then just goes right back up because that's what it's supposed to do. If we lose this area, it's a problem. But I think some people out there, some of the gurus out there trading patterns forget that there is a percentage, just like there's a percentage for it to break out, there's also a percentage for it to come back, retest that breakout area before moving higher. That should be in your strategy, either for getting in on the second time or getting in to make sure that this move is legit, bouncing off of there, or just to, if you're degen like me, add more to your bags there. I likes it. AIOZ. Now we got some, okay, we already had that. Now we got some more information here. This trend line is still valid, but we want to go from the bottom there. Put it right up here and see how beautiful that lines up. Now we can reveal what's really going on. Let's make you big and let's make you red. Or, nah, we already got red lines. Let's go with the orange. All right, so copy this little guy. You know what I'm going to do, right? Channeling you out. Wick to wick. Look, we're in a channel. So highly likely we're getting rejected here, coming back to the bottom of the channel. Ironically, my little line, I didn't draw lines there. My little areas come into play right there. What if it comes down and it touches over here somewhere about mid-March? That might be what you see. It might take it that long to come back down here. And we're planning ahead. There we go. Beautiful places to buy. And we figured this out a month ahead of time. Most likely. Can't guarantee it, but most likely this will happen. And the people that aren't looking ahead on the bigger time frames are just going to have to figure it out day by day. We've got a plan. We already see, hey man, it's likely. It's probably over. So we'll just come to the 4 hour and see it's not over. She still wants to go. I don't foresee her getting up past here though. I don't. If she does, hey man, it's going to get crazy, 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 crazy. So that's why you don't want to sell your whole bag. Moonbag strategy. Remember Moonbag? Striga says spell token took off today. Yes, she did. Mm-hmm. Right up here. Confirming the zone there. So I'm on the weekly time frame here. We're out of accumulation. She just now did that today, and that was a cool move. And so when we go over this strategy, and you see me do this, and you see me when I'm marking off these targets, you know, you see me often skip over some of these, and I go straight for the 618. This is why. This is why. That's really the one that's worth waiting for. I mean, you can play this. It's definitely valid. That price came back right down to we're at the, what, 382. But yeah, that's a definite nice move. It's a big 76% move there. Nice. But yeah, if we get out of accumulation, I like to shoot for that one, and it may not hit right off. Eventually it will. It's got to come up there. It's just got to do what it needs to do. It may take a little while longer for it to reach there. It didn't in this case, but that's one of the reasons. And I'm not going to forget about this little guy. And you know, gosh darn it, let's just do it full on, because if we're getting in the bearish, bullish sentiment, this narrative could be changing. So we're gonna allow for all these little guys as some potential hopium targets. Let's call them hopium targets. It sounds crazy until that one day, gosh darn it, you find yourself right there. It's mostly these two targets right here, the 127 and this one, which you might want to front run, because there's actually another one just a little bit in front of it. We're looking at 18 to 20 cents with the possibility, if it gets bullish as all get out and does a full move, 0.0022. Oh, I said 18 cents. 0.0018, 0.002. If she gets really ambitious, 0.0022. But think about that possibility if you're, are in this or going to be in this, even where we are right now. Getting up there, it's 128%, 150%. If we do get a pullback to some of these previous areas, I'm thinking probably 0.00075-ish, 34% back, 42% for gains to get back where we just left, target we just hit, 140% up to that main target up there. So here's the dealio, what we could possibly be looking at. It doesn't have to be this way, but it could. It likely is. We got a shoulder. Well, no. Oh. Yeah, it can. We got a shoulder. It came up here, so that's far by the neckline. Came up here, confirm this. We come down and just make a higher low, come back up, head and shoulders pattern. You could just as easily just draw a trend line under here. Look at this as just a one big ass channel. Take that measured move, same results. However you want to dissect it, baby, it all comes out together in the end. Takes us right up here, close to that little target we had before. We're going to put this one as a measured move, just for that channel. For the big ass channel, not the little channel, the big ass channel. That means the whole entire move. So it's a possibility what we can see, or it could just break up. You know, it might see this as an Adam and Eve. Usually the Eve part is equal to, maybe a little bit above that, but we still got the same kind of shape. It's the neckline that's the main thing. We get up there and flag out. We completed this whole zone and we're good to go. Don't get too caught up on the patterns. When you zoom out on the patterns, I guarantee you can find a channel. Price travels in a channel, you just gotta find it. So a little cool thing right here. Nice. Candle body still holding above it. We can do it. Maybe we still got more upside. Lose it. Coming down a little bit. Nice move out of Spell Token. How much was that today from here? Yeah, 85%. Nice. I'm on the weekly time frame, man. I'm not even on the good stuff. This is on the 4 hour. 9 moving average is sitting here ways away from it. Just looking on the daily. Hold that level on the daily. That'd be great. Moving averages are still mostly down here. There's a lot of gap between price and these moving averages, especially the 9. So just keep that in mind. But always nice to see a pump. Did we take a look at render? We probably should take a look at render. Because, ooh, baby, she's doing some things. We got a... No, apparently we got a setup here. I don't know what time frame we put on. Probably the 4 hour more than like, yeah. All right, I got to move this over. I'm not cheating. I'm just moving it over so that we can see. I just put it over here. Well, then that kind of... I'm putting it over here. Because I can't see my chart. I gotta see my chart. We're on the 4 hour time frame here, man. Ichimoku Cloud saying, let's go put some gas on the fire. I'm ready to rock and roll. Render is taking off, man. All right, so we got to zoom out. I gotta get rid of it. I can't deal with that thing. All right, so there is a trade setup. I put it over in the Telegram group. Getting in around there, or getting the breakout and retest, about 612 was the buy-in on that one. And so from that area up about 25%. So congratulations if you guys saw the value and jumping in on that one, because, you know, it wasn't an easy choice to make. Because it's buying the tops, but it broke out of a zone, meaning that she's getting ready to do something fast, hard, and heavy, and she has been. It's a big deal to break bullishly out of a bearish pattern, and the other ones that we just looked at that are trying to do this, if they do, this is what you can expect. And I'm looking for about $9, 41 cents, $10, up to $11 could be coming out of a render, and using their same little tricks. Let's make sure I'm not going to shortchange it, because if this move is really bullish, we might hit that 618. And I don't want to pass this one up this time. Hell, I don't know. It may even be worth putting the 2 out just because we saw it hit on one of them. If we're starting to move to that bullish level, then well, we don't want to miss it. 1265 is the 1618. I can't. I'll be surprised if it hits. No, that's the best way to put it. I'll be surprised if it hits. But if it does, awesome. The biggest one I'm looking for is like 10, possibly 11-ish. But, you know, layering out some limit orders here to take your profits. Awesome. We may come back to $6 as a retest in that area. I would actually look at this area over here to the left. And that's at 659, 660 in that area. Might get pullbacks. If that holds, it's a good sign for more up. If it doesn't hold, you might want to, it'll be coming back toward this trend line, and then you got to watch it carefully. Make sure we don't break back into this. If we break back into here, man, you slamming all the way down, probably about 256. Don't want to see that happen. So we want to see it continue, find support here. And it looks like it has, just on the smaller time frames. Pretty much looks like it's confirmed support there, in my personal opinion. It may not even come back there. I think your best bet, looking at the smaller time frames, this helps you kind of really nail some things. About 665, pull back in that area. If it does, no guarantees. What else we got? We got this trend line. Ooh. So she's going to have some problems here right now. So got some resistance here. Probably a good take profit place, just to say. It does look like she will take a little bit of a pullback, come back here after seeing this. This is why it's good to kind of zoom in on the smaller time frames to start to see the noise that's going in between. From that, this is also bearish pattern. Same thing applies. We break to the upside of this, that could be what we need. I'll leave this on there. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. I need to fill that out because I'll come back here. I always think, well, you said that's going to happen. And I don't remember. Did I say it? I don't think I said it. Not saying. But maybe. That's good enough for me. Javid says, Cosmos and Quant underperforming, but quality always rises eventually. Cosmos is a slow mover now. The beauty in Cosmos and Atom, the most rewards has been the airdrops when you stake that one or pool it, mostly from staking. And they maybe kind of getting away from that. And it was really beneficial if you had it staked back in September 2022. That's when they took the main snapshot, and a lot of the biggest airdrops came from that. But they're still using it for the other airdrops. And I got some links over in the Telegram group in the airdrop section about following them, or you can get the Leap wallet. It follows them. That's pretty cool. Most of them anyway. But that's where the real benefit has come from holding that token. It has paid me probably, what is giving me about 5 times whatever its current value is for their airdrops total. It's been amazing. Let's look at it. But honestly, I think Atom has done what Polkadot set out to do, and they've done it very well. I love it. I've never had any problems with it. It's always really smooth. Solana, I think, is kind of janky, even though it's supposed to be super, super fast. Everything built on the Cosmos SDK, Binance Smart Chain, and all that, they all seem to work just fine and smooth. So looking for Atom, and probably, I'm trying to find a good chart. Cosmos US, I want one with some history on it. Ooh, here's it against Bitcoin. How you doing against Bitcoin? On the bigger picture of things. See, this is what sucks against the value of Bitcoin on all of these. I mean, Bitcoin is truly the winner here on everything. But one of these days it will gain. And then hopefully, play it right, you just grow your Bitcoin back. All right, so Atom, I need a good chart. Makes these perps. I'm trying to get actual spot price. Looks like I guess we're going to Binance. I don't know how long they've had it against the dollar. Oh, we charted it here before anyway. So my biggest concern about Atom, I would say, was when it lost this big major trend line right here. I remember when that happened, putting out videos there. And she's never made it back. So it doesn't look like we're doing, we had an opportunity to do the bear trap here and just take off, and we didn't. We lost it 2 more times, and we keep going down. So in accumulation, we hit the bottoms to 636. So in my personal opinion, we're on like a different trajectory. So I think this trend line is still valid. That angle is still valid. In this situation, we got to kind of make a copy of it and drag it to the downside to kind of get a feel for where we are, see how it lines up. It was holding up here good. We lost it. Now we got this little guy, and It was there. We went a little bit below. So this is how I got to look at Atom. What I do. This is how I got to follow Atom now. Is just follow the channel that it's should be in. A cool thing would be whenever it does break out, wherever that might be, it's got a good measure move, and you can I can definitely see an argument for it to make up those prices. But that's how we have to look at it. It's in this sideways channel now, which looks like it's trying to break to the upside or thinking about it. And I'm on the weekly time frame here. Indicators are looking promising. It's just she's being slow right now. All the tension's on all the other coins right now, but eventually she will do fine. I like these rounding, cupping kind of things that we got going on. We are under the 200 weekly moving average, and that's why we're having a problem. But we're above the 9. We're making a comeback. It's a slow process. So if we do this, it looks like we're getting close to a breakout area, and that kind of says that we may be headed up close to $18. It will take a little while. That's why I just got mine staking, earning rewards, earning airdrops. We'll let this baby sit and do what it's done. It's already, there's no need for me to pull it out and take profit on it because everything that I've gotten from airdrops and everything else is, you know, it's a free bag. I'm just letting it sit there and do what it does. And one of these days I'll get out. But $18 from 9, so I see a 2x coming. It's just going to take a little while to pull that off. It's had some bearish crosses here. This one, notice 100 crossed the 200, and this is an example when I talk about it. When you see that cross the 200 where it's crossing down or crossing up, a lot of times you'll see price start heading toward it to meet it. So this one crossed bearishly, and it actually pulled the price up to meet it, got rejected. Hopefully we'll recover it. Usually when you see the 100 crossing the 200, you're getting close to a reversal time is what I'm finding. At least in this part of the market. Altcoins getting kind of hot. Oh, there's another one. Wait a minute. Yeah, time is a slow mover. You are correct about that. Yeah, QNT, that was the other one. QNT's trying my patience, but I know as soon as I get fed up and sell, that's when it's going to take off. It's got the tokenomics. I like the tokenomics. But man, she is just a slow ass mover. And it just makes you wonder. I mean, you better do something bigger than 428. You better start getting like even 537. Is that worth it? Is it worth the pain for a 5x, or are you going to do something outstanding and go up to some crazy like 1450? It's possible. Or we're looking way in the future possibilities at 3618, $1,450. It's not out of the question, but man, it's hard to imagine when it's sitting down here at $100 for so freaking long. This was the best ever, picking up a little here. This area sucked. Trading group I was in put out a trade setup for it, and so okay, I'll take it. Maybe you see something I don't. I'll say and try you. That didn't work. Getting down about 84 was nice. Man, I don't like that. She's just still in her big ass accumulation, and she will be until she gets above 133 and holds it. She's done it a couple of times, just can't seem to hold it. When you get to 282, will you ever get to 282? That's my question. Will you? Will you? Because I can't tell. Where are your price tags of prices? I feel like everybody else's price tags look better than mine. Why are you not pretty? Oh well. I feel like mine are hard to see. So one of these days, I'm hopeful that we'll get up here somewhere to 284. When that will be, your guess is as good as mine. Clearly didn't have it with that time scale. RLC, I exec RLC. So doing some things here on the weekly, above the 200 moving average, above the 9, everything's starting to look really good, really good. Chance you might come back to 258, maybe-ish, maybe. I took just a little bit of profit on this guy. She's getting rejected at the 618. Broke out of our accumulation. Possibility to go up to 530, that would be cool, but most likely, well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Ichimoku Cloud looks kind of bullish. That could be spelling a nicer move.
Affecting you, why you been getting crazy? Thinking of myself, should have been empathetic.
I know it seems like all I do is use fibs, right? Look at this. Here we go. That 618. When we take the bigger measure from swing high to swing low, that 618 Fibonacci area that we just got rejected from is actually a 236 Fibonacci. It's crazy. They overlap all ratios. It's wild how this works. But so ironically, that turns out to be our major accumulation area. We'll get above that, great. And then 1045 could definitely come on the radar. So I'm putting him out there. Yeah, I know I'm putting a lot of targets up here, but there's a lot of possibilities. Lots of areas that it will catch and get a hiccup. Go up, get a little rejected, maybe come down, maybe make a bigger retracement. But these are some of the main areas that are good for, to take some profit and maybe buy in lower. 1046 is definitely on there. And we see 424. And if you wanted a big hopium target, I mean, $20 is technically in the cards here. Once the ball gets rolling. And we're sitting at $4 right now, so about another 5x out of this. And then we have to see what happens. But right now, it's got a good chance that she's getting some rejection here. We draw our trend lines and see what they say. Candle bodies to candle bodies. Let's go with the candle toppies. See what we got. We're above it. That's kind of promising. If it can hold that, that would be awesome. If it cannot hold that, then there may be 254 to buy back in. Because we'll come back into accumulation for a little bit, so that would suck. But some good areas if we do to look at. 254, but it's got a chance to hold this line. And on the weekly time, yeah, so that's got to be, let's see what we got here. Come to the 8 hour, we can see it went right below it and popped above it, so that line definitely has some merit. It's just proved that it's valid. Looks like it did a retest of that area now. Sweet, nice. So a good chance that maybe 355. Look, watching on the 4 hour time frame, looking for a bounce that might happen here. If you see that, that would be a nice little place to maybe get back into RLC after the bounce, after a confirmed bounce. Breaks back into this pattern. No good, no bueno. Coming back to 260, maybe even down to 205. So interesting. Nice pumps on a lot of these coins. I think we looked at Filecoin already, right? We looked at Jasmy. I kind of wish that, I guess a lot of us say that, but we had our chances. We have just as much Jasmy as we deserve to have. Went past my measure move. We're on 8 hour. So I like to check these on the smaller time frames to see how they played out. Make sure we got a hiccup. It came back for a retest once, twice. Valid. Measure moves are awesome. To the T. Look at that. Beautiful. We got a trend line right here that we're respecting, but in danger of breaking it. To be honest with you. You broke up above it, retested it, came back up. That's interesting. All right, I'm on a 1 hour time frame. I'm trying to figure this little guy out. She's in danger of breaking down to the downside. If she does, because of this cloud, yeah, probably needs to happen. Probably need to make sure that you've taken profits if she does close a candle below that trend line. 100 moving average is lining up with our 618. The 200 moving average is starting to line up with our 786 Fibonacci retracement. So those, if a line breaks, those are the two main areas I'll be looking at. Try to enter in on a position or build a bag. If you consider that it might have some more upward action, I don't see why it wouldn't. We take a measured move from up here, pretend that we're in a channel, put it at the breakout point, so it kind of gives us back here to this area, the 100 moving average. Lots a little bit of confluence that might be what we're looking at. 9 has crossed over the 21 moving average there on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the 4. It really has more weight. Losing the 9, lose the trend line. Expect a little bit more downside, but not bad. Things are still looking pretty good overall. 4 hours. So, ooh, here we go. Here's where it starts to get real. The old MACD. That's why I like to have the old MACD. Once it crosses, you're pretty solid. Yeah, we're probably coming back. So if you're not taking profit on Jasmine, might want to consider that, because it does look like she might get a pullback. Let me just make sure I'm not telling you wrong. If it blasts off to the moon, I mean, if we bounce off the trend line, if you see it catching and turning green candles here, yeah, go with it. But if you see it break the trend line, then yeah, you want to make sure that you've got a little powder to buy it cheaper. We got myself in the house. I got render at $1. You're the yes. Loves it. I've been looking at CTSI lately. This is one that the trading group I was in used to like every cycle, it seems like. And possibly being a good trader coin. And it's got some good technology behind it and everything. It's just one that you don't hear about too often. All right, she's still on the upward trend there. Not time to buy yet. We want to pull back. Just wait. One will come. I'm on the daily chart. So now we got kind of a rising wedgie thing going on. So until we get some more information, I mean, look for the bottom of this pattern. If we get rejected here, we'll come back to the bottom of around 21 cents, 22 cents. That might be a juicy place. It's 36 cents right now. She's starting to confirm a nice big rounded bottom. This is why I likes it. But there's a good chance that it may not, if it breaks up above this 30, say it gets to 38 cents and holds it, probably a good time to jump in. That would be buying the retest of this line before we go up, meet the measure move 62 cents. However, there's a good chance you might get rejected and come back down a little bit. So there might be still a chance to accumulate this before going up to 62. And if that's possible, say if you can get in around 20 cents and then get out at 62, well, that's 171% profit. Not bad. So keeping our eye on CT on Cartesi. It's usually a cool one to follow. And I mean, look at the highs it has. It got up to $1.71 twice last cycle. Went to 171, fell back to basically where it is now, then did it all over again. So that's some pretty cool gains, man. Think about those possibilities. Doing 289%. If you were savvy to short it, which, you know, technically it would have worked. You could have made another 73%. And if you were savvy, go another 305%. Short it back down again for another 66%. Theoretically, it all makes sense, right, on paper, but execution, that's where everybody fucks up. Did you say that out loud? It's a family show. Ocean Protocol, another AI little kind of play. I think it's AI. It is Oracle play. Look at this little guy. She's looking beautiful. She's looking very excited. She's looking woohoo. Now that we've got our little measure move and a breakout, well, that still pretty much lines up, doesn't it? We can finesse our little target area right here. 103. Ain't that little guy blue, so I know he's a measure move now. Get rid of this so we can see our chart and see the price action. This is a weekly chart. She's looking good. She broke bullishly out of a bearish pattern. Still got a little wiggle room that we can mess with to kind of confirm it. And I mean, going up to the top of that little wick would be pushing it to the edge there, and we're flirting with that. So do we have a confirmed breakout? It's starting to look that way. It really is starting to look that way. So I see 103 coming, and honestly, just with that little extra we got there may even give us a bigger measure move. Yeah, kind of up to here. So I'll put a second one, 113. And we'll see which one plays out the best between those two. But a lot of times they hit right on it, nail on it. And it just depends, if you make sure you got your trend lines and distances right, and then it happens a lot easier that way. It's just what I've found. Flux. Flow is the one that we didn't look at flow. I want to look at flow. Look at Flux too. Flux, I think, if I remember right, I think this one's associated with Cadena. If I can't really remember. So nice channel, tops, bottoms. Extend this little guy out a little bit. Pretty much looking to come back up here to the top around 814. Looks pretty juicy to me. Could that be a double bottom? Yes, it could. Also a channel. You get the same results. Breaking up to the upside. And that could actually take us up to this area about 1317. That's pretty juicy. I like it. So Flux looks promising. If you're looking to get in 200 moving average, I'm on the 12-hour time frame. That's about 428. Come back and retest that area. It might happen. Might even come back and retest the bottom of the trend line. That would be another great place to get in. That's where I try to get in. If I establish a trend and kind of get an idea of a pattern that might be forming, like definitely this would be a bottom type pattern, and I got a trend line, I'm trying to buy on those trend lines. That's just how I do it. I try to get in as cheap or as low as I can, and taking a little bit more risk there, but not really. If you think about it, that's probably one of the better places to buy, less risky. Because the chances of it coming, it's got more probability to go up than it does down, and you can set some really tight stop losses because if it breaks that trend line, you can get out with just a little bit of a loss, just a small loss, and know that, hey, it's probably going to work out. Whereas trying to do that up here, well, you can come all the way back down here. It can go against you more. So more likely to go in your favor when you buy on the bottom of trend lines, and that's what I try to do. Flux is a DePIN network. It hosts some KDA nodes. Okay, that was the connection there. And Flow, which looks promising to me. I've been eyeballing this one. I put it on my little post-it note. I've nibbled into it, but I just don't have a big bag of it yet. Or, that's a sizable bag. Might have a chance here now. We got a breakout of what looks to be a falling wedge. Okay, I'm going to have to zoom in on this one to figure this one out. Oh, Flux, what are you going to do, baby? Stochastics are kind of high, and we're at a resistance level. That could indicate that we get rejected there, but our MACD looks like she's ready to just rock and roll. Flux breaks back into this, and she's going to go crazy. Going back to the top of this. And it sounds crazy until that one day which would not be like maybe tomorrow. It's like 125 if that situation happens. Otherwise, coming back down to about what, 80? Oh, I should just keep that one. 82 cents. I'd kind of like that. I kind of like to get in there before we start venturing off real crazy. It's got a good chance to come back and retest the breakout areas or any of these highs on the way. Those also places that could stop. These highs over here, it bounced off of that. Maybe that's it. Maybe it won't come back down to 79, 80 cents. I would like for it to, if it breaks up over here and makes a higher high, if it gets above 98 cents, I'm probably going to jump in there and try to ride it to 125 or some extra. So a little tricky play right now, depending if she gets rejected or not. In the middle of a cloud, green cloud normally gets rejected, but she's looking a little bullish. This lagging indicator here at the MACD on the 4-hour looks like she's getting ready to do something. Let's go back to the daily. Daily's starting to get tired, so listen to the daily over the 4-hour. So come on back down there, baby. Come on back to 80, 82 cents. I'm cool with that. Let's do that this weekend. Want to? Let me get some more of you because this little guy can go. Chicken to go. Look, $3.21, $8.56, $29, and we're sitting at what? You're sitting at 94 cents. You're looking for those 25 extras, and this one might be one, and they've got lots of cool partnerships with some big names. And that's probably one of the reasons I'm looking at it, and probably worth talking about just for a minute. We can find you. Hello. This one has got $1.4 billion maximum supply. Circulating supply it's all out in circulation. $1.4 billion market cap could easily 10x to a 10 billion. It could. You don't see it now, but it can. All-time high was $42 3 years ago. All-time low was 39 cents. That was 5 months ago. We're 97% down from all-time highs. Juicy place to buy this. Just that alone, without looking at the TA, you're like, we're in a pretty good buy zone. So for the investor, you know, that kind of DCAs or whatever, this one's a good one. Look at on MexC on a lot of places here. I need to go. I'm starting to think this one's got lots and lots of potential here, and I just want to come down to join the community building on Flow, Ticketmaster, Mattel, Swissables, NBA, NFL. I don't know what this one is. Like a Joyride. Coinbase, Circle, of course, UFC. Lots of things going on here. Web3 mainstream permissionless layer 1. You're a layer 1. Empowering developers to. You're at 92 cents right now. $42. Maybe a 40x. Maybe a 50x. Maybe this one takes off with all the cool stuff it's got going on. This is one I think you seriously want to put on your radar. I don't want to be in the middle of the bull market and this thing reaching $50, $60, knowing that I could have bought it back here in accumulation zones. Anywhere under $1.05 is accumulation. Excellent places to buy this, even in FOMOing in now. Gosh darn it. Because what's 10 cents between friends when you go to $40? It says, sometimes I have to, when you're in accumulation, I lighten up on my rules. I'm putting some limit orders in, but honestly, I might just FOMO in for a little position right now because under $1.05 in my book is pretty good. No guarantees that we will ever come back down to 40 cents again for a real juicy buy, and if it did, it'd be scary. But technically, it is telling me, yeah, we could come back to 60 something. I'm just saying, throwing this trend line out there in the middle, we got rejected. Yeah, it could be stumbling, trying to get above here for a little while. We're still in accumulation. That's what I'm trying to say. We've probably still got a couple of weeks to kind of work on this bag. Maybe, but I think it's a bag worth looking at, right? Looks pretty cool. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. It's time for me to go get my little girl off the school bus or something. Coming up soon. Myself says you look at Tectum, what it's planning to do. Yeah, I got time to do that. Let's look at Tectum. Let's see, I'm where am I at? Big Cat, that's where I got this one charted. Well, that just looks like a mess. There's the little symmetrical triangle thing, which I didn't trust. It actually took off pretty well there. Looked at it in the channel. Let's see if I've got this one. Yeah, MexC chart's better. All right, so this is this was we looked at this last night, didn't we? I think this one's in a great trade setup because it just does not want to go below $25. I mean, if you can put a stop loss like at 24, something like that, comfortably do that, and buy as close as you can to $25, I think you're doing awesome. It looks like she might be coming down a little. No, does she? So we got a trade set up on that. I got a target at $45. We just haven't hit it yet. Let's come down to the smaller time frame to look at the pattern here. So kind of an interesting thing, when I respect the trend lines, when I respect the wicks, we're still in a much bigger part of the pattern. The good thing I want to say is that we got our partial decline, that $25 area that's holding. Otherwise, you know, it could follow this whole trend line. We don't want to see that happen. And that would be more like it, but we got that partial decline, and that's usually your first sign before we start going to the upside short, before it starts breaking a trend line. Nice rounded shape. You could call, you know, if it comes back up to make a neckline, and it may do that. I don't know. I hate to call this stuff kind of early, but you could see it come out and make a cup and handle. I could see that situation happening, following this trend line back down with the flag, and then before it really makes its move. Everything looks good on the 4 hour, man. Bounced off the 200 moving average as at $29. It might come back and retest the $29 area. If it does, in my personal opinion, it's a good place to buy, but headed to 37 just to the top of that trend line right here, just to test it out to make sure that, you know, we get rejected or not. And that's pretty good gains in itself. That's a nice 18% gains from where we are, 16% from where we are now. But to get back up to its previous high, and that will be one of the next targets, $45. Where we are now, what is that, 40% move? Not bad. I'm looking at 56 though. And not just that. Let's do our crazy ass measure move. We'll do a crazy ass one. I'm not so sold on that. I'm actually going to put it here. If I put it here too, this is more like an AB equals CD. I trust this more than putting it on top of a breakout area. We can, but we got confidence for this area up here at $62. But there is, you know, there's something to be said about these measured moves. They're just not as likely. But there's still a ratio there that can be at work, and that's $75. I'm not going to mark that one just quite yet, because that's kind of bending the rules just a wee little bit. This one, a little bit more playing by the rules there. Again, depending on where it breaks out of, a little bit more confidence in this $62 area. So I think it looks good. I've got it. I moved mine off the exchange. I'm not trading it. Was able to build a bag when we were down here and saw what it was going to do. And just holding this little guy. See what can happen. I think it's got a lot of potential here. When you zoom out and get past all my little stuff here, I don't need that trend line. Let me get rid of that one. You just kind of identify the channel. It's a long channel. Look at that. I know we broke out to we tried to break to the upside of it. It wasn't really confirmed there, so this is kind of after spec, but we do have the touches here and here, so now it kind of is confirmed. So, and that $37 area crosses right betwixt them, so that looks good. I think she's headed right there. All right, guys, that's it for me today. If you don't have a SecuX wallet, I forgot to mention all this. Links are in the description below. 10% off on all the wallets that they have. And they got lots of them. I've got this little guy right here. My code will save you 10% off if you're interested in any of these. They got lots of different wallets, man. Pretty cool. They got one kind of like the Tangem wallet, but you got an also touch to unlock, an extra feature. Does make it more expensive. It's like $149 for these cards, but basically like Tangem, but with just an extra security feature. Hardware wallets for your crypto, even one for NFTs. These are all touch screen, so that's cool. You don't have to go through and mess with all the buttons. It's just touching, and it works with your phone on an app. I like it. It's cool. They've even got the old school plays if you want to make a backup for your seed phrases. But my code will give you 10% off of all their sale prices and everything that they got going on right now. They got a little bit of a sale going on, so with bundles and things like that. If that helps you out, then of course there's also the only original Tangem wallet. Guys, I'll be back tonight. Look at this market again, and hopefully we'll come back just a little bit richer. Seems like what we're doing each and every day, and I'm glad to be sharing this experience with you guys. You guys are awesome. Good night, everybody, or good day. See you tonight around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Have a good one.